So the last thing I believe was that you were hired for 5 copper a day each, plus 1 gold if the lair is found.
Yeah.
That's not 1 gold each. I would point that out.
What was the
Anyway,
date?
that was 11 Fumizuki. They're clear skies, moderate breezes, and moderate temperatures. No more than 24.
Pleasant.
So, you start the day in the site of the new village, going by the name of Shinu-notu. Matsuo Basho isn't in residence at the moment. He's back in Nobioka, but you have been hired to work for him. So, Kosa, what are your plans?
We were supposed to explore the hills to the west and the south and in between.
Yeah, so we're just doing a greater circle than we've done, basically, aren't we?
You have explored the hills to the north, found to the northwest, found some good hunting ground. To the west, you then found Bakemono tracks in that valley, and to the southwest, you found Bakemono and Mukade tracks. And you have completed your mission. You actually went over to Hajima to carry a message, and you notified the local book of the bear to the north. And you have returned to Shinu-notu.
Right, folks. Do you think it's worth us pursuing further down the valley, or should we want to head off in the direction where we saw the Mukade? What do you think?
Well, I think if we just go south from here and then go clockwise and just do a wider circle than we've done so far, and just fill in, like, you know, this space here followed by this space here. Go that way round, just like we have previously. Do you think?
Anyone got any better ideas? Or should we do that?
It's like a place to start.
Okay, so that's...
Well, that was the direction of the Mukade and Mikado track, Bakemono tracks
so
down here,
our
so...
basic plan then?
I think so.
Heading kind of one hex southwest and 1 hex south. That'll be our starting point then.
Basically, you found tracks down both valleys. Am I making this
there?
small?
Yep.
Looks like I'm making them too small. Ah, well, I shall just have to delete them and...
Yep, so where I'm pinging, Dave, that's where we're going to head to that hex.
You're going to head down this valley here.
We've got a tiny...
The Mukade tracks will have faded by now, but you know full well where Kyūryū was chased. So
there's a tiny little black left on the map there, Dave, and it's really doing my head in.
We need everybody to be on the maximum alertness. Because Mukade, God knows what else there is out here as well.
Very well.
Is it just
that case?
Is it just us four, or is there anybody else tagging along as well?
I think we would still have what's her name.
Sorry?
We still have what's her name? Brian's character. She's still with us, isn't she?
You have Harumi.
Yeah,
yes.
We have Harumi.
Shijo Harumi. And
that's it.
Okay. In that case, it's the 5 of you. So, you duly set out. It is a holiday, a Buddhist holiday today. If you want to say a few prayers before you go? It's the 3 days before and after the autumn equinox.
Oh, surely say a prayer to the Buddha, yeah. Dave, you've got a tiny, tiny, tiny little spot of black right behind the token's head on the map. It's doing my head in.
I tell you what, I'll move the token and then get rid of it, okay?
Yeah. Do you see it? It's like tiny right under the word for Shinu-notu.
Fair enough. Let me move the character and...
You see it?
let's see. I got it.
Ah, it's still there. Under the S in Shinu-notu, right there.
No, not well, maybe, yeah. Barely see it.
It's
I thought that was a mark on the
yeah,
screen.
it's tiny, tiny, tiny.
I think it's gone now.
No, it's still there. It's
Anyway.
still black. Never mind.
I think you need to clean your screen.
No, because now the token's got a Ronaldo 9 haircut.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
You head across the pass between the hills, treading the by now well-worn path down into the valley. And, well, you make your way west towards the limit of your exploration. And are you continuing westwards?
Go a bit further south.
Head
from there,
south first, yeah. I think we're going to clear out the...
South. Okey-doke, so you're heading south to there.
Yeah, try and clear out that
Okey-doke.
hex.
In that case, if you're heading into that hex to investigate it,
Yeah, then we're going
there are a few changes to show on the map.
Good.
You find more foothills coming down from the west.
Okay.
Hills in front of us. Well, that's the
And
direction we're going.
So is that like a valley to
if
the
I just move
left
you-
and a valley to the right then?
there is a valley here heading out. There is a small valley heading up between these two hills here
Yeah.
and here, which, by the look of it, well, it's difficult to tell, but there's certainly a small valley up there. Anybody got willing to try out their tracking or hunting skills?
Kosa, I believe.
See if they can discover anything.
Ooh, a 1. That's a good start.
Oh, not bad, mate.
Lord.
Nice first roll of the night.
You do not see any signs of bakemono tracks in that area. There are wild animal tracks, but nothing of no serious predators that you can see. But there are no bakemono tracks.
No.
And no Mukade tracks.
Do we think next we go left down to this hex, right up into this hex, or through the hills up the hills into this hex? What do you think? Back between the hills here?
You can see hills to the west of you. There is a valley to the north,
Yeah.
and you can make out a valley to the south, heading west. But direct due west of you is hills.
Yeah, I think the North
No,
Valley
no,
next,
actually, you can do, yeah. You navigate for a bit because I'm trying to sort something out.
So where do you wish to go, Kyūryū?
I think this way, Dave, into the North Valley.
Mm-hmm. You travel back up into the North Valley and proceed west.
Yes.
I am back.
There you gone, Tim.
Welcome, Harmony.
Yeah, I had some policemen at the front door.
Oh,
Oh,
I hope everything's
not
alright.
lucky for you, eh?
No, they were. Now I saw sort of argy-bargy on Friday night, and they were just asking questions.
Ah,
at
right, yeah. I have
I
nightmare
heard
neighbours.
it, but I didn't go and investigate.
I have nightmare neighbours as well. I've had to phone the police on the fuckers a couple of times, mate.
Well, I think this was a couple of guys from outside trying to get in or something like that.
Oh,
anyway.
really? Oh, gosh.
Not good.
So the police were around, but I didn't realise that. Anyway, let's get on with the game, shall we?
As you head west up this valley, you can see that this small hill to the south, where you spotted a valley between it and the larger hill to the south, it's actually sitting between the shoulders of two larger hills here and here. So there is actually, in fact, a small valley to the north and south of this small hill, which join up and then proceed further west. But you are heading up this valley between hill to the south and hill to the north.
I think so.
And you can see up ahead of you, the valley continues going west.
Do you think west again, boys, or...?
Well, unless you want to take that small bit of high ground to our south
And then
to scan across that other...
we might uncover that
valley.
bit black on the map. Yeah, do you want to go up the hill?
You might get to see more of that whole area.
Yeah. Yeah, we might actually clear out a bit more just by going up the hill, a wider area, eh?
Okay, so you head back south, and you hang on. Let me just move the character. You climb that. Well, I can assume that if you were going to do that, you can climb that small hill there, and look up the valley.
Yeah, we'll go up the easy way.
And what you can see is that the valley proceeds due west between these two large hills and meets another hill at the end. So effectively the valley comes to an end there. But you then proceed down the north side of that little hill and up to this point. And at that point, you can actually see
Ooh.
that up to the north. So you remember that valley that you saw the Bakemono down? It curves around to the south and meets this valley. So you saw Bakemono tracks there, you
Yes.
saw Bakemono tracks here, and that valley, those two valleys meet here.
Should we go to there next, boys? And then potentially, if that's another road going west, down it.
Yeah, let's explore that. So I've almost...
Are you trying your
I've got-
tracking skills again, Kosa?
Yep, oh, sorry, yeah. Well, again, those is just busy having a problem with his computer. A 12, that doesn't make it.
Okay. So you're heading north into that little valley.
To the
But
join
back
of the
to
two,
east.
to where the two valleys kind of join. Yeah. Is that a third valley going west? Can we see?
Let me move your figure back and shrink it down in size. Okay.
Yeah, nice.
So there is the party. You may have to zoom in. You can see when you head up into this little valley here, there are a group of 3 hills.
Okay, there's everything back in action.
You can see that the valley comes in from the east here and runs down to join the valley that you're in at this point. There's a couple of little side valleys off around that small hill there.
To the west, that's a valley,
But-
right?
I think we go down the main valley to the west.
Yeah.
Okay. You proceed down the main valley. By the way, could everybody roll a d20, please?
Oh, a
No particular reason.
D20. Oh, just to give us the willies. 13.
I don't want you to think that life is safe. Does somebody want to roll for Harumi?
Got it. I'll get the first one. 7.
Fair enough. You proceed down the valley to the west, and the valley actually opens out.
No, not that way. We want to go up this one. I think. Is that what we meant?
I want from.
You mean
I
this
meant
one?
to go due west from where the party icon is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool.
Let's find out where that goes first,
Yeah.
and then we can go into that maze of valleys in a minute.
We're heading back down towards town, towards the hill of Daitakuga.
That's a long way away. Don't mention that.
We're only 2 hexes away from it. Ooh.
There you go.
Big wooded valley.
It is actually a large valley,
Do some-
wooded.
Would you care to do some more tracking,
And-
Kosa?
There is a small side valley heading off to the southwest. There's a small valley heading off to the west, but the main valley appears to curve north between those 2 hills and head northwest.
Right. Well, I think we need to explore all the valleys. So we'll start with the southwest valley. Did you say?
Yeah.
See where how far that goes.
Okie doke. Okay, and can I have a d20 roll each, please?
$18.
Just 7.
Right. Okay. Kinzo is alerted, and you spot something up on one of the hills to the southwest, to the south of you. It's difficult to spot in amongst the trees, but you're sure you saw a large cat with a striped coat.
Oh.
Keep an eye on that area for the next few minutes to see if it gets sight of it again and whether it's following us.
Okay. So, this small valley curves to the west and appears to continue westwards. Do you wish to follow it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll keep following this valley.
Okie doke. What's your slowest speed at the moment? I
Harumi.
think it's
4 or
Yes,
5 she's
Harumi.
got, I think.
okay. In that case, I think you are coming towards the end of your day's travel.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about that,
Okay,
actually.
You're going to have to camp out somewhere on a mountainside or in the valley.
I think a hillside.
Nah.
I think then the bottom of the valley.
I think up on a hill's better than down at the bottom of the valley. Yeah, at least if anything sneaky happens to us in the middle of the night, we're not at a height disadvantage.
Yeah.
Elevation.
Animals and that. I was going to
In that case, the hillside to the north or the hillside to the south?
South.
I think Kinzo's vote is the one to the north, isn't it, Kinzo?
go with Kinzo then.
Oh, it was
On
to
the
the
ground, it's as
it was-
far as possible from that.
it was to the
large-
south that we saw the cat, right?
That's
Yeah,
east.
yeah, north. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. So
I mean,
there's
as far away
I
from
thought
the tiger as possible.
yeah, I thought you said the big cat was north.
Oh no, it was to the south.
No, yeah, okay, we go the other way then.
Okay. Scooch up the north hill then.
Get away from that.
to the
Okie
north
doke.
side of the road.
Fair enough. Anybody got any skills in coping with the wilderness, finding something in the woods, or making a camp, or
I've got cooking.
woodsman skills, or such like?
I
No.
found a pack of food rations among my belongings.
People shout at once. Yeah.
I can cook.
Okay. Can I have a luck roll for the party, please? 3 dice, 3d6.
Any volunteers?
Illustrious
Alright,
leader.
Go on
on
then. Fearless leader.
You asked for it.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry, can't type. 5, 4, 3. Putting along the
No,
middle.
you don't have any luck in finding anywhere particularly useful for a camp, so I'm afraid it's find shelter under a tree and hope it doesn't rain.
Okay. Yeah, it's not going to be a
Okay.
great night, but there we are.
Are you going to be setting watches overnight?
I think we've had to do.
Yeah. I'll take first watch shoots.
Okay, so would Kinzo and Kyūryū go together and me and Yanagi will go together?
Seems reasonable.
Suits me.
Harumi can do a
Kosa-
few hours if he feels like it.
So it's
He feels
Kosa and
like it.
Kinzo, yes?
Kosa and Kinzo, Yanagi and me.
And Kyūryū and Yanagi.
No, Kosa and Yanagi. Kinzo and Kyūryū.
Oh, Kinzo and Kyūryū. Okay.
Fair enough.
Harumi can do a bit whenever she feels able to.
Well, she needs to greet the dawn, so she will stand the first watch. Actually, no, she'd probably better stand the second watch, and then she can be
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
she's awake at dawn. She wouldn't want to miss it. Okay, so 6-hour watches.
Yep. Is it that long?
No, but do you want to do 4-hour watches and only get 4 hours sleep?
No.
No. We'll do the
Take 12 hours rest.
2-6 is it?
Okay. Righty ho. Do you have a quiet night on the mountainside? Let us check and see. Dee-dum-dee-dum-dee-dum-dee-dum. It's extraordinarily peaceful.
Good.
Might be a good spot to build a martial arts school when you get skilled enough, Kinzo. Anyway, you wake. The weather is, again, I think it's a nice day. Yes, it is. It's going to be hot by the look of it, but yeah, what's a bit of heat in the summer? Let's just move that to there. Okay, and
Gonna make a note as well. That's day 1 scouting. This is
Yep.
day 2.
I could just make a note of where that tiger is.
It wasn't a tiger. He was just seeing things.
Are you going to tell Kinzo that?
No.
Very good. So where do you wish to go from here? Continue west?
Yes. Get down. There was a little valley to the southwest, wasn't there? You said.
There's a little. Let me just move the
That's here.
token again. There's a little valley that
Let's
heads to the
explore that one.
southeast.
Yeah, we'll see where
Okey-doke.
that goes.
Fair enough. And
You thinking it might bring us out here?
Well, I'm assuming it might be a dead end if it is. We'll just come back, but we might as well scout it out.
in that case, could I have a D20 roll party, please? Rather than having you all roll, I'll just have one roll count for all of you.
Oh, 17.
That's what I'd
Good,
like
good.
to see.
Our backs on the reds.
Okie doke. So,
Quick question.
You travel southwest.
Quick question. See when we're out here and we're not anywhere near any towns or anything, would this be when you would wear your full armor? Because you don't wear it in a town because it's not times of war or anything. Yeah, we're not seen by people out here. I think.
You never know.
Is it wise to put it on out here?
Not really, no.
No, right, okay, I won't.
Just in case you happen to wander into, a patrol or something. Somebody even might, somebody might see us and report us.
But we're doing the local samurai's work out here, looking for bakemono, and it's dangerous. So we would just tell anybody that questioned us exactly what we're doing, and none of it's a lie. So
Just not to wear your armor.
no, okay.
Simple.
We'll keep it to the light.
You lot appear a bit more willing to go out looking for goblins than the trackers from the village, so he's hired you to do it.
Okay.
Seems perfectly reasonable to him.
Yeah. I don't see why I wouldn't put my full armor on.
Trackers. You just happen to be better at looking after yourselves. So this village to the south heads east and comes to an open area, and there is a large valley heading to the southwest, and it continues on to the east, and you're pretty sure it comes out where you were before, but you're still investigating the south side of the mountain, of the hills rather.
Yeah, okay, so we'll backtrack a bit into the next valley.
Okay, you backtrack a bit and head west down the new valley.
Mm-hmm.
And can I have another D20 roll, please, Kosa?
Okay, getting better.
Good. Hang on, let me just move the map. It's rather annoying when I kind of click on something and a dialogue box appears and then gets in the way of me actually doing anything. Well, the valley actually heads due west and is opening out as you come towards the end of it. And up ahead, you can hear the sound of a river. If you continue west, you then effectively find yourselves on a river.
Yeah, that's far enough. We're getting a bit too far away now, so we'll backtrack east. Yeah. Backtrack east into that big wooded valley and then got the next valley. So
Right to here.
If it's 2 hectares or whatever it is. Yes.
So you're backtracking to here and
Turn
you
left
head up to the north edge of the valley, and you can see a little bit further, and let me just reveal that. You can see valley heads north. Can I have another D20 roll for the party, please?
Okay, this one.
As dusk is drawing on.
Someone's got it at 8.
Getting down. Numbers coming down every time.
Nice. You can keep rolling then.
Okay, so you travelled a fair bit today, but night has drawn on. The woods appear peaceful.
No tracks at all today, eh?
I think we'll still get out of the woods and up the hillside a bit.
Yeah. Up this hill a little bit.
Yeah, up there, up there.
Well, you haven't spotted any. I mean, the ground's been pretty dry the last last few days, so luck roll, Kosa, to see if you can find a decent campsite.
Not pretty non-committal.
Another night on a bare mountain.
It's a
Yeah, well,
solo.
up on
It's
the
fine.
sub.
Okay. And does anything happen overnight?
Yeah, of course not.
Ooh.
There's
Right.
100 or something.
Something good happens.
Okay,
Times
you
4.
are up the mountainside. And it's in the second watch. So could I have a die roll, a d20 for the second watch, please?
Which one's that?
Just do the same again.
1 second. The second watch is Yanagi, Kinzo, and Harumi. So could those three please
Okay.
roll a d20?
I'll get Harumi then. $20.
No. You kind of have to kind of nudge Harumi awake Yanagi to kind of mention the noise you can hear down in the valley below. You can see what looks like a light travelling down the valley, and sounds of movement.
Okay, I'll also draw it to Kinzo's attention.
Okay.
I might not do anything with the Rumi Aptors relation. It potentially might make a lot of noise waking up. So let's
Right.
start with Kinzo.
Okay. Fair enough. Can I have another wit roll from Kinzo, please?
No, not that way. This way.
No.
Down there.
It's obviously disappeared behind some trees. Can I have another roll from Yanagi, please? You heard it. Question is whether you recognised it.
Right there.
Yeah, you remember Kyūryū muttering something about that Mikade having glowing eyes. Might not have been a light you saw.
Glowing
Oh.
eyes.
You heard it coming from the north in the woods down below, and then disappearing off towards the east.
Okay.
Are you
And we're
waking the rest
second-
of them up?
We're second watch, aren't we?
Your
Yeah.
second watch.
Yeah, they can wake up. I'll wake the other pair up.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Definitely spotted something, possibly your glowing-eyed Mikade, or it could have been something else carrying a light. A little difficult to say at the distance. But
Did you see where it went? Which
Yeah.
direction it went?
off in that direction.
Okay, good. I'll
Now, if
remember
we,
that in the morning.
you know, if it is the Mikade,
Came from the
then
north.
probably-
Down the bottom of the valley below you, and then appeared to head off east.
Okay, so
And-
from daylight we'll try and pick up its tracks,
Yeah.
I think.
and if it is the Mikade, I figured it would be best for all of us to be awake rather than
Yes,
it
just in
turn up
case.
and then half of us be asleep.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Right. Nothing else happens in the night. You wake you spend the rest of the night awake, presumably, just in case it
do we-
returns.
Yeah.
Do we know enough about Bagadi to know whether they are naturally nocturnal or whether that's unusual to be out at night?
Don't really know.
You know, okay, fair enough.
They're one of these legendary beasts, and sadly, it's legends.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, if you had one as a
Last
pet,
time we
then,
saw it,
you know,
it was nighttime. It was getting
That
dark.
time,
It was
okay.
getting dark last time we saw it, I remember.
Okay, so it's not that unusual, probably then.
Okay. So, what are you doing come dawn?
East,
Well,
I
it's down
think.
to where the direction Yanagi's.
Yeah, looking for
or he
tracks.
thought it. Looking for tracks.
Okay, you head down to where it was. Since you saw it where it was, Yanagi, Kosa has a bonus on his tracking. Yep,
And
that's sufficient.
I'm not-
You do
I'm on an
indeed
eight or a
find the Mikade tracks.
on a 6 normally. There you go.
They are indeed heading east.
Just nothing else with them. Just one Makadi by it, is it?
Well, those are the only tracks you see.
That's okay.
The last time you saw that Mikade, it did appear to have some sort of goblin
A
riding
rider.
it.
Yeah, well, couldn't tell that anyway. So. Right, do we want to avoid this Mikadi, or do we want to risk following it to wherever it's going?
We're looking for its lair, so maybe follow it.
Yes.
Well,
Actually,
you do have tracks going in both directions. They come from
Well,
the north and
yes.
they go to the
That's
east.
the thing, yeah.
It's going up and down.
We've been this way and didn't see its
Something.
lair, so why don't we go this way where it came from?
Well, probably more inclined to follow where it's going.
Okay.
I'd rather not head the other way and then have it come up behind us.
You're the leader.
I think we head in east in either direction, trying to follow these tracks.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Hang on a second. Was there something that you picked up before? Let me just double check.
I'm interested. We don't have anybody who uses a bow, do we? We're all Badoka, aren't we?
Correct.
Everybody's carrying a bow.
We are the... Oh yeah, is Yanagi a Badoka as well? Yeah, yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
yes.
we're 4 Badoka and a Shigenja.
The only missile troops you have are those who use
Shuriken.
shuriken.
And we have a very limited number of them.
I'm not
Yes.
very good with them either.
You do know that the Mukade is definitely faster than Harumi.
It wasn't faster than me.
No,
Remember
it's
that.
slower than you. Which means that you're safe. All you have to do is leave Harumi behind and
Sorry, Brian, you
Right,
couldn't make
the
it
wolves
last
are
week.
there.
The new character this
Yeah, we
week, though.
went to the wolves and escaped.
Okay, so you are following the tracks. They're pretty fresh. You are already on them. It doesn't appear to be making any attempt to hide its tracks. It's heading down the valley. So you head east, and you find that they do actually head up this gap between the hills.
Question
Right.
for our tracker. Is it moving with purpose, or is it just like, so are the tracks just like wiggling around, just like it's wandering, sniffing stuff, looking for food, or is it walking in a dead straight line?
There is an occasional diversion, but it looks as though it's to catch something or eat something.
Aye.
But otherwise,
It's walking with purpose.
It's not hunting around. It's going with purpose.
Yeah, got you.
It's not messing about foraging, as it were. It's definitely going
It's
somewhere.
going from a place to a place, yes. That's what I was getting at. Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's being driven by something riding it.
That's what I think. That's exactly what I mean. If it was on its own a wild thing, it would be just sniffing around, going this way and that, looking for food, sniffing
Well,
bits.
I don't know. Depends what they eat. I don't know what they eat. So
Yeah,
who knows?
but if it just seems to be going off with purpose, that generally tells me it's got a master, a rider.
Yes.
Okay. And so you follow its tracks, and they head up this valley, which leads into the northern valley that you found the tracks in previously. And can I have a d20, please?
I'll get this one.
Okay, got it.
4.
Oh, well done.
And you find the tracks actually then turn east
Ooh.
again.
East towards the village.
Towards the
No,
village.
sorry. My apologies. Not east-west. They head
Ah.
back
No, west.
up
Okay.
this
Right.
northern valley.
Down that little valley, right? Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're following still, boys. Yeah.
I think we follow. Yes. We're not going to go too quickly. We're going to be quite cautious.
Eyes and ears
That's
open.
Well, it's midday by now.
Yeah.
So you are you follow down between these two mountains. Sorry, two hills, and the valley meets another valley coming down from the northeast and continues west. And
The tracks.
you roll a d20, please, for the party.
Well, I'm on a roll. Hopefully, somebody's beat me to it with a
5.
5. Nice roll.
You follow the tracks, and they continue to head. Let's see. They are heading through the wooded area here, and then turn north.
Ooh.
And you actually find another set of tracks coming south that you recognize as being Makari tracks. So it looks like it's basically come south, done a loop around here, and then come back again.
Okay.
So whether it's on patrol or not, I don't know. But the valley heads north and passes between a couple of hills.
I think if it's done a circle from here, we might be close to a lair.
Yes. What time of day is it now?
It's just
At
after.
the present moment, it is
First time.
nearly nightfall.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, so I think we go up that valley side again.
up this
Okay,
hill
so you're
again.
going up this, up
This side.
to the west.
Yeah, it's up the western side.
Yep. Up to
Okey-doke.
here, middle of this hex.
Righty-ho. And can I have another luck roll, Kosa? See if you find anywhere decent to camp tonight.
No, of course not. We're used to it by now. Oh, balance it out. 1 on a 6.
Ah, well. You find a good spot, but the rock that you could shelter under looks a bit unstable. So probably best if you don't camp there, actually.
Okay.
So, okay, so you camp on the valley side again, and let me see whether or not you have a quiet night.
Ooh.
No. And right, so odd, even. Okay. So, could I have a d20 roll from Harumi, please?
Anybody want to do that?
Somebody want to do that?
And ready? Just anybody do it.
Hey!
Ooh, nice one.
Nice one. When Harumi wakes, she notices something out of the ordinary. You know that stone that looked unstable that you were camping away from?
Yep.
It's not in the same position as it was.
Interesting.
She kind of nudges the other two on watch with her, and well, in actual fact, you're all awake because it is watch change.
Yeah.
It's changed position. She doesn't know what it is, but it's not how it was when she went to sleep.
So it could be the
Okay,
entrance. then.
It's not a rock that we could possibly move, is it? It's bigger than that, presumably.
It looks big. Yes, looks bigger than you.
Yeah, there's no way we can move it. So
Well, could a couple of people move it? If it's bigger than a person, maybe a few people could move it. Or half a dozen Bakemono.
Maybe it's designed to be moved.
Well,
yeah, possibly.
if somebody moved it, the two people who were on watch didn't notice them doing it.
But wouldn't that be the point of a hidden entrance?
Well, the implication is that they moved it from underneath.
Oh.
I mean, you camped away from it so that it wouldn't fall on you, but not far enough away so it was kind of 200 yards and you couldn't see anybody around it. You were basically about 20 feet, about 20 yards away from it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Is it light enough yet to see the ground?
it's
clearly?
midnight. It's kind of change of watches. So Harumi says she will keep a close eye on it through her watch, just to make sure it doesn't move again.
Yep. Good.
Okay. In which case, can I have a d20 roll from Harumi, please, and d20 rolls from the other two? Because I assume you two are keeping an eye on it as well.
The second watch, right? So, not me.
This is second watch, so this is Yanagi, Kinzo, and Harumi.
Well, I'll do Harumi's then.
Okay. I'll do mine.
She's got an 8.
Well, there you go. That's both ends of the dice roll for me.
Yes. Okay. Yanagi kind of is poked by Harumi in turn, who says it's moved again. I didn't see it move, but it's not the same shape as it was.
Well, as long as it's not moving our way and going to eat us up or something, I guess we can't do much in the morning. So,
Can I have another roll from Harumi, please? D20.
sit and watch it with her.
No, she doesn't know what she might know. Okay.
Yeah. Tired of watching it.
She knows nothing, Jon Snow.
Okay. The rest of the night passes peacefully, although Harumi's not. She's not watching elsewhere. She's just kind of concentrating on this rock, and not getting very far. At dawn, she asks whether she can actually go over and sit and try using her astral sensors on it.
It's not a bad idea.
Okay. In actual fact, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on her, she will make the attempt. So would somebody care to roll her BCS, please?
Well, I'll just roll a 20 first so somebody else can get this one.
You duly
That's
goes
7
into her
days.
trance. She goes into her trance. And with her astral sensors. One second, just going to turn a light on. Distinct shortage of light where that is concerned. She comes back to herself and quietly gets up and suggests that you all have breakfast on the march. She believes that is some form of creature that's transformed into stone. Whether it's asleep or what, she doesn't know, but it's obviously moving and relaxing into stone again. So she hasn't the faintest idea what it is, having kind of fumbled her Japanese classics roll, but it's some sort of creature that's sitting there in stone form. Let's go.
Okay, well, it's not a stone entrance to a Bakemono lair anyway. It's something else altogether, I think. Something to be avoided.
Okay, so are you heading north up the valley after the Mukadi tracks?
Yes. Quick question for the group. When we get back to the samurai and we're reporting like what we've found and what we haven't found, do we report things like that? We do, because he's likely to pay us for info like that, isn't he?
Well, you can talk to Kinzo about what is appropriate to report and not.
I think we do report everything, don't we?
I'm going to suggest that we do, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy, this guy. He's looking after the safety of the realm. Sorry, the
Okay.
province.
You move up between the shoulders of the two hills, and the ground gets particularly craggy, and you find yourself walking down a narrowing defile, and in the distance you can hear the sound of water.
Oh, what is this thing of beauty, Dave? What is this big thing of beauty? Ho ho ho!
So you are on the southern part of the
See
map.
it, see it.
There's cliffs on either side, trees above, and the ground falls away. There's some sort of chasm, and you can hear rushing water down the bottom of it. The tracks do head up the middle of this valley.
Lead away, fearless leader.
That sort of direction.
What's the kind of bit in the middle? So where because obviously see there's grass and bushes and things on the bottom. What's in front of us?
Up to the north.
So the yellow lines are cliffs, right?
The bit of,
The brown
the
lines.
white bit
The
across the
yellow
middle.
lines are cliffs either side.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right.
And you have the two hills either side, which are craggy, but there is a chasm falling away from you,
Yeah.
and you can see the far side. It's about kind of 20 yards away, but there is a sound of rushing water coming up from down below.
Yeah. So the yellow
on
lines.
the far side of On the far side of the chasm, you can make out what looks like some sort of bridge.
Okay. So the yellow lines
Bit
and the
like a
brown lines are all
drawbridge?
cliffs going down the way from where we
Correct.
are. Yeah.
No, the yellow lines are cliffs going up.
Oh, okay.
You are in a defile between two cliffs.
Right, okay. So this,
Yep.
so this and this are on a higher elevation than this, and then this is going down towards a river.
Correct.
Got you. I'm
And on
with
the
you.
far side of the river, you can make out a what looks like a drawbridge.
Okay.
Quite a big one. Looks a bit roughly made. No sign of anybody around it.
A drawbridge, did you say?
This,
It looks like a drawbridge, yes. Which
Edge
could
of
be
this
lowered to kind of span this this chasm.
edge of this defile, does it look climbable or is it really steep?
It's about 20, 25 feet, possibly 30 in places. Looks quite steep and rocky. And now you're looking up at the sides of the defile, you notice something else. Hang on a second, let me just do this.
Oh. Oh.
Up above your heads, you can see what look like bamboo and rope bridges spanning between the various trees. Now somebody's actually looked up at the top of the defile. They notice these kind of jutting out from the edge of the defile, and they appear to kind of
Retreat, lads,
span
retreat.
from tree to tree.
Yeah, we have
Retreat.
found a Bakemono village. Never mind a lair.
And now, and looking up, you can see. Hang on a second. You're retreating, are you?
Retreating.
Wait till he
back up
finishes
this
his description, but yeah, we are.
Well,
You can see the odd bakemono standing on the rope bridge, looking down at you.
Ooh. Yeah, we're retreating.
You're retreating.
Yes.
you don't want to be at the bottom of the defile.
Okay.
Throwing things down on us.
We know where to go though, with an army.
Yes, we need to get this
Right.
information back rather than get killed in the process.
Yes.
It does look pretty well organised.
That was a rooftop. That was a treetop village.
Well, it wasn't so much a village. It looked like they were kind of spanned across so that they could throw things down at the people underneath quite effectively.
More unfortunate standing in the bottom.
Correct.
Yeah, let's come back with torches.
Retreat.
Come back with the samurai's men and some torches and oil.
Okay, so I've moved you all back to the main page. So, where are you heading?
Back to Shinu-notu to report our
I think we
findings.
should report this.
Which
'cause
route are you
this is-
taking?
I say we go that way, just clear that little black bit off. Hee hee hee.
I'd rather stick to somewhere we
Is
know.
it risky, do you think?
Down the main valley.
Yeah.
Go
So
in the southeast and down that big long
what
valley.
about
that'll
here
take us
and then
to
this one and then this one? Is that not the quickest route? Like straight west, straight east? Is that not a valley going between these three?
Well, you know that route because you tracked Bakemono tracks through there. That's
Yes.
exactly it.
Yeah.
That's the quickest route.
That's the route we will take then.
Okay.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3. So your 4 right actually gets you to there.
Do you think we should worth pushing it to get there by the end of the night so we don't have to camp out?
I'm not sure that'll do.
Are you going to push it or not?
Well, I'm
You don't
asking.
think you can make it tonight?
No?
Unless you push poor Harumi.
Yeah, I think we'll have to.
If we return into the
Sorry,
safety of Shinu-notu,
Yeah.
I think we should push it.
Sorry, Haruka.
Rather than taking another night out, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Harumi, you have to move those little legs.
Harumi is absolutely shattered when you get in. She's going to be worth nothing tomorrow.
It's fine.
No worries.
Her and her 13 hit points. Okay, you do make it to Shinu-notu safely. And I will mark on the map where you found the defile. It's basically at that point. Okay. You made it back to Shinu-notu, Lord. The Lord has arrived. He's back from Nobioka. And is he receiving visitors this evening? His Ashigaru will ask you to attend in the morning. The Lord has retired for the night.
Okay.
Yep, that seems reasonable. Was it you, Yanagi, who drew a map last time?
Did I draw a map last time?
Was it Asakura?
I'm not sure. I can give it a go.
I'm not sure who did it last time.
No, I can't remember who did it.
It was me that did a map of the Goblin Cave, I think.
Right. So I think we should get together and try and work out a map of where this thing is. So we can actually show the Lord on a map where we found it.
Well, I think Harumi might be your best person to actually write a report.
I should not be too tired for that, surely.
Tomorrow morning, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, she doesn't have calligraphy, but she can certainly write it in neat script.
She can certainly write what she saw. Whatever.
Yes. Okay. In that case, you are taken to see the Lord in the morning. He greets you and asks if you've had any success in your scouting.
We have indeed, sir. We've not completed our sweep yet, but we found something which I thought was important enough that we should report it immediately in case anything should happen to us. And then we'll go on to fill him in on what we've seen and get out our map, such as it is, of what we've cobbled together. And explain what we've seen.
Okay.
Hardy wandering about and then this place with all this construction of bridges and things.
So, do you think that Mukade was patrolling?
It seems quite likely. It's not. I don't know much about Magadi, but it doesn't sound like any kind of natural animal behaviour to a complete circuit. It didn't seem to be. When it was moving, it didn't seem to be foraging. Like it was probably controlled.
That sounds some sort of enchantment on it or something.
Yes, we did see one before, which one of my colleagues reported seeing Bakimano actually riding on the Makadi and probably controlling.
That is unusual. His reports are they're just wild beasts, but if somebody's controlling it, I wonder what other wild beasts they've got under their control.
Yes.
He asked you to go into detail about what you saw in terms of how many rope bridges and how many goblins.
We'll draw a sketch map as best we can.
Okay.
We saw.
And a drawbridge?
Hmm.
That's
a significant amount of construction.
Well, that would require more smarts than any
Yes, a lot more
goblin he's heard of it.
A lot more organisation, yes.
Yes. So whatever the Bakemono are working for, that sounds like it's probably there.
Yes.
Very good. He considers you fulfilled your task of finding their lair, and he will reward you with Dumpty 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 Dum. So you've been out
4 days.
for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, which would be 20 copper. He will give you a silver each and gold for finding their lair. And thank you for your help.
We'll thank him for his generosity.
There we get another gold.
And volunteer our services in the strike force, aren't we, boys?
Well,
Just like last time, we were valued members of the strike force last time, weren't we, my lord? Sure you would have us again? We'd be honoured.
You believe this might be something more suitable for the daimyo's troops to take an interest in. This is more than a local problem.
yes.
Of course.
I'm going to handle this with 10 Shigeru.
Oh no.
Of course, I'm no military tactician, of course. I'm just volunteering my services should you need to call on them.
1 second, let me check and see. It will probably require some people to fell some trees to build a makeshift bridge over that gorge to get round the problem of the drawbridge.
Yeah.
So he made his Chikugo Jutsu roll.
Good man.
Question for the group. There's 5 of us, so... Oh no, because a gold doesn't split by 30, it splits by 12. I was just thinking about putting the gold into our... Like, splitting it up rather than putting it into the group loot.
Well, nobody's particularly short of money yet, I take it, are they?
Nah, not at all. You just leave a gold in the group loot, eh?
Yeah, just
Everyone's
leave it in the
got
group for now.
plenty of money at the moment, let's just leave it in the pot.
Yeah, I'm happy with that then.
Okay. Rebuilding of the village is going apace. Now he's actually got some roofers in.
We're going to stay there the next day anyway, because Harumi needs to recover.
Okay.
The rest of us could do with a bit of luxury after camping out for a few nights.
Okay. Well, the overseer will make sure you're fed and watered, and
Yeah, a bath and such.
the Ashigaru will pump you for information about these goblins and that Mukade.
Yep, well, you know.
And you can each have an on for successfully completing a task for the Lord.
One from actions, right?
Yep.
Hey,
Is it? Can I just check, Dave? Is it the 16th today?
it is the 16th today.
No, it's 15th, wasn't it?
Nope. 15th is
16th.
when you found the defile, and you then
16th.
returned.
16th, we're resting.
Okay. Quick question, Dave. I did actually change the on in the right place this time. I did it on from actions, but my blue cell at the top, in the top next to Key and Budo, hasn't updated.
Let me check and see.
Also, should my key be 1, yeah?
Key should be, if you're second level, your key should be 2.
Yeah, I thought so. So that should say 2 somewhere.
There isn't a formula in that blue cell anymore, so let me just put that in. So that equals
49.
So if you're second level, put your key up to 2.
And that's not automatically. You just change that
No,
manually.
that's not automatically.
Okay.
That's dependent on a number of things.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what do you wish to do now? Return to Nobioka?
What do people want to do?
Well, we've been well paid for that job. What do we think? We're on the 16th.
Not sure I fancy getting involved in attacking as some kind of fortification. Besides, it's going to be a while if they're relying on the daimyo to bring up a bigger force. That's going to take a bit of time.
Yeah.
Him to get the message and organise his troops and get down there.
Well, if none of you have got any ideas, Harumi would like to go back to the Castle of the Flame to get some help on learning that spell.
Remind me where the Castle of the Flame is.
There's still some area that hasn't been checked round here. Does he need that checking? Or was it just, the Bakamona, is that all that's of interest?
Well, we were asked to find the lair.
Yes.
And I was going to suggest that, but he kind of paid us off and dismissed us, so I'm not going to argue with him.
Well, he initially wanted a search around the vicinity of the village. Because and effectively you've gone 10 kilometers, which is really all he's worried about as far as in the vicinity. Finding the lair of these Bakemono, the fact that there are major works and fortifications there indicates that is something that needs a lot of attention. And if it's not the lair of these Bakemono, the daimyo's troops taking it out will probably find where the lair is. It's beyond his capabilities. So, as far as he's concerned, he's happy that you've done all the scouting he needs you to do. But if you want to go scouting in the mountains for your own interest, then feel free.
I think so. I really want to, particularly want to really do a big Bakamona back in my name, possibly with or without Bacardi. I think we head back to Nobioka, unless anyone has got any other great ideas.
Well, Harumi wanted to go to the Castle of the Flame. Remind me where that is.
It's further up north, isn't it?
In North Hyuga. It's a case of crossing the river and heading up the Saikaido.
3 days trek, I think, 2 or 3 days trek.
Something like that, yes. Yes.
Yeah, Nobioka.
But if you were showing signs of not knowing what to do, she's quite happy to freeload and get you to take her there.
I mean,
I'm sure she is.
She only becomes more valuable to the party when she learns her spells, so I think it might be a good idea to help level up that character a bit.
Okay, so no one got objections to
I'd be down with that, like.
Okay, let's do that then.
Yeah.
She looks surprised and extremely grateful.
Need to walk a wee bit faster though, sweetheart.
It's not a ladylike thing to do. Okay, so you are traveling through the woods to Imamashi, and then up the Saikaido to Nobioka, which you can do in a day.
Yeah.
So, do I need? No, actually, let's keep you small size because it looks better on the map.
It does actually. Now, was this on the 17th? Did we rest up the whole of the 16th?
16th we're resting.
Yeah.
So really
16th you rested, 17th you're travelling to Nobioka.
head off to Nobioka.
Okie doke. Fair enough. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. And you successfully reach the Saikaido, and well, you get as far as that, and effectively you're waved to the side, and a large party of samurai are heading south past you down the Saikaido, carrying the mon of the daimyo.
Yep, keep out of their way.
And
Hit the
in
dirt.
actual fact, the daimyo rides past,
Definitely hit the dirt.
followed by, dear oh dear, look to be about getting on for about 500 troops travelling with him.
Wow.
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 Yeah. So
The
he's
biggest army
heading,
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
yep,
me
he's heading
too.
south with 500 troops.
Wow, that's the biggest gathering of soldiers I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
That's
Stick it to the back of your own.
that's a war band, yeah. But
Well, he's
you
not,
said he's
not going,
yeah, he's not going that way. You said he said
not going
south
up
in the
towards
Saikaido.
Shinu-notu, he's actually heading south down the Saikaido.
Yeah, he's off to war, boys. I picked that up and you didn't. He's not away to the Bakemono. He's off to war.
Anyway, once they pass,
Anyway, look,
you
it's
make
nothing.
it to Nobioka, which is in somewhat of a ferment. You make it to the
Visit
docks.
Bonshu and see what's going on.
Bonshu is in a bit of a pother. Apparently, there's been all sorts of ructions in the daimyo's castle. He understands there have been a couple of deaths, and the daimyo has ridden out in high dudgeon. Word is he's heading down towards Miyazaki for some reason. Quite what's happening, he doesn't know.
Wow, so
But he's taken a fair few troops. He doesn't think there's a war brewing. He thinks it's internal problems. Still, sure that there'll be opportunities for profit.
I'm sure you'll find them
And
somewhere.
He will ask what you've been doing.
Yeah, and we'll fill him in that night over dinner. Been doing.
Oh, whoa.
Kimono, Mukade. Lord,
What's going on here?
are you looking to go on to your next life?
No, that's why we've
That's why we're here and not there.
not volunteered to attack the place.
Oh my days.
Well, it's lucky you're here. Actually, I had somebody was asking about you last night.
Yeah, who's that?
Mutual friend. Looks over at Kinzo. I believe you worked for him in the Lucky Coin. If you fancy popping round there for a meal with me, I'll let him know that you're here.
We best find out what he wants.
Remind us who that was?
It's a local.
A Yakuza that Kinzo was working for as muscle.
As security at the gambling place. That's
Yeah,
right.
whatever it was.
Got you.
But he's obviously a member of the local gang.
Yeah.
Okay, you pop round to the Lucky Coin. There is a game going on in the back again tonight, Kinzo. You won't be surprised. Spirits appear high. While the daimyo is away, the mice will play. The garrison hasn't been reduced, but a lot of his household troops have gone. So everybody seems to think that the garrison will be keeping an eye out for more than just gambling on the docks. Right, the little job that this guy has for you is it's associated with gambling. They have concerns that somebody's been affecting the odds, and I think it might be Shugenja. You know anything about them?
A little. Do you think someone's been using magic to dabble with or mess with your gambling games to upset the odds, as it were?
Been having some bad runs of bad luck, and you know, beyond the ordinary. But the odd thing is, we can't tie it down to one person.
Right, it's not just a couple of people coming in and leasing the house. It's a general sustained bad luck.
It's not every night. He's confused. Looking at the odds, the house always wins in the end. But the run of bad luck they've been having is intermittent nights. Sometimes it's 2 nights in a row. Sometimes there's 1 or 2 nights between the times when they have it. The people who are winning don't appear to be connected. They're the people who come and gamble and normally lose in the long run, but they've been having unexpected runs of luck. So
it's not like one person trying to. So not like one person trying to fleece money from the casino, just somebody trying to curse the casino and make them lose money.
Exactly.
Yes.
Somebody appears to be affecting the odds, and the house is losing money. Now, they can keep an eye out for normal activity, but they haven't the faintest idea how to deal with this apart from getting an Shugenja, and they cost one hell of a lot of money. Now, nods politely to Harumi. You and your colleagues did a good job on getting rid of that ghost. We're hoping that you might be able to figure out quite what it is that's causing this run of luck and deal with it.
Oh, we'll have to speak to Harumi to see what she's got any ideas, or whether it's within I think it might be in a skill area. We don't know much about it.
Okay.
I mean,
right.
To me, the only thing I think it could possibly be is I guess it could be another ghost, I guess, possibly, or kind of cursed. But that's about as far as my knowledge goes. It's down to what Harumi thinks. I wouldn't have a clue where to start.
Well, Harumi's not sure either. If it was a Gaki or something like that, then it would be getting the money.
Yes. What about could some kind of spell actually cause bad luck, if you like? I know. Is that possible? Or could it be some kind of spirit that's causing the problem?
Could be a
or
curse, or it could be a blessing. I mean, Gakusho can certainly do blessings on people to grant them improved abilities and so on. And there are certainly spells which can give similar sorts of abilities, but it would normally be obvious to the person concerned that had happened. If it's a curse, it could be a curse on the person running the game. Like she could certainly have a look and see whether he had been cursed.
Yes. I was going to say, that's going to be my next question. If it was some kind of curse, is there any way you can...
Well, she can try and look,
or
she should be able to see if there is an enchantment on someone. She might not be able to deal with it, but
could it be on a person? Could it be on the place, or even on money? I don't know.
The table.
Certainly worth her looking. See if there's any residual enchantment. Simply, it doesn't want us to do that while it's full of guests. So.
Well, if you can come back tomorrow morning when
yes,
there's no, when we've not got a game going, and have a look. Yes.
Yep. We'll do that certainly.
Okay. Fair enough. So you return to the dock. Wonshu will get out the sake again and wish you luck with your attempt to solve the problem. Right. So, following morning. I'm sorry this is relying on Harumi, but
Okay.
following morning, you pop back to the lucky coin, and Harumi will attempt to use her magic detection. So, can I have a BCS roll, please?
Somebody want to roll for Harumi?
Any volunteers?
No? I'll do it then. The volunteers roll it.
Okay. Right. She casts magic detection, and let's see. I think she can do that, and then she needs to do that. Right. There is. Hang on a second. Harumi is still first level, correct? Yes?
I think so.
As I know, she is, yes.
Yes. She's still first level. So she does her magic detection, but it's relatively short range. So she can only do it out to 1 yard.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to do it several times around the room.
Yep.
And eventually, yes, she finds an area where there is some magic. And it's actually against one of the walls. He then tries her magic analysis. Another d20.
I'll get this one. A V6.
Again, lucky. And yes, there is some form of what school was it again? Dumpty 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 dum. Okay. It is of the school of metal. And it appears to be some sort of curse of some kind. But it's latent. It's not currently active.
Right.
And it's not actually in this room. It's actually in the next room.
Mm-hmm.
But she's basically detecting it. It's a kind of thin wooden lath wall, and at this point she's detected it, and she now realizes it's
From the
not
other
in this
side.
room, it's in the next room. Okay? So
Yep.
she asks to get taken into the next room, and there is a small picture hanging on the wall, which it's a minor artwork, but she says it is actually magical.
Mm-hmm.
There is a quick discussion as to what it's doing there. Apparently, one of the Yakuza thought that it was a nice piece of work and bought it, which is out of character for him.
Hmm.
But he can point you at the person in the market who he bought it from. Do you wish to go to the market?
Is the person who brought it, is he present? Or can he be spoken to?
Yes. Yes, you can speak to him. He's
Does he remember buying it?
oh yes, he remembers buying it.
Does he remember what attracted him? It just catch his eye, or did it just a spur of the moment decision?
Well, he was walking through the market and it caught his eye, and he felt he had to have it.
Yeah. Do you remember how much it was?
Enchanted.
It was relatively cheap. It was only a silver, and for it is a good work of art. He's not entirely sure what it represents. It looks like one of those pictures which is, one person sees it as one thing and another sees it as another, but it was unusual and interesting, and he thought it was worth it.
Well, suggest to the boss that he might want to remove that piece of artwork from the premises and put it somewhere else for the moment, see if that has any effect.
He will take your advice. Should they burn it?
Well, it's up to you, but I would certainly take it out of this, stick it in a warehouse or something, or somewhere else other than this building, see if it has any effect. Take it out.
I would just burn
If
it.
you want to
Right.
destroy it, that's
Would
up
it
to
be
him.
safe to put it in a warehouse?
No,
If it's
it'll curse the goods
causing-
there. Yeah, just
Lots of
burn it or
burn.
bury it.
Yeah, if you wish to burn it, that'll be fine, I think.
I think just burn it.
Unless a rumour thinks that would be a bad idea to burn it.
Well, it shouldn't cause a problem if you burn it, but would it be more useful to try and track down who made it?
Well, yes, that's what I'm thinking. If you burn it, it's gone, isn't it? Whereas if we can keep it, it might lead us to something. Does he want us to? Well, we can take it into our possession for the moment if he's happy with that.
Yeah, he'd be happy, certainly happy with that, certainly.
Okay, maybe.
Well, we'll see whether that improves matters. If you do find out anything more out about it, let him know.
We certainly will.
But if things improve, then he will be grateful and act appropriately.
So I think we need to go and speak to the person that, or the market stall where he brought this item.
Okay. Fair enough. You wander into the market. It's a small stall which does bric-a-brac and bits and pieces. Nothing like this item. This is obviously unusual. You speak to the person concerned, and
Does he recognise the item?
let's see, D20. Well, he recognises the item. Yes, it was unusual, but he had it on consignment, and if he sold it, then he gave half the money to the person who wanted it sold, and he was surprised it went off so quickly.
Who was that
Do
person?
you
And it was
remember?
relatively cheap.
Yeah, remember where he obtained it, or who he obtained it from? Something.
It was an old lady who lives out in the one of the villages to the south, I think. She came in with some of her husband's stuff. I've still got some of his clothes and things, but this was an item that she said that he was fond of, and she didn't want it round the house because it reminded her of him too much. Anyway, she sat and chatted with me while we sold most of the stuff, and I gave her her money at the end of the day, and she said she'd come back for the money for the rest of the goods when in a week's time. But
Can you
oddly enough,
remember?
she hasn't actually come back.
Can you remember her name or where she lived?
Oh yes, he gives you her name, and she came from Tsukara, and he sees nothing unusual in it. She was it's old for kind of what she was carrying, but she was obviously quite strong and had no real problem bearing the burden. Although he is seeming slightly unsure of that at the moment. As far as you can make out, what seems to have happened is this woman came in with some stuff that she said she wanted him to sell. She sat with him for the day and just chatted with him while the stuff sold. But
what other items did he sell of his?
oh, it was just household bric-a-brac. Still got some of it, and he kind of points you at a couple of things on the shelves. There's nothing. I mean, Harumi will kind of go into a trance and do her magic detection again. But there is nothing else magical.
It's just normal stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want Sakura? Sakura? Don't remember the name. Does it ring a bell?
Sakura, it's this one here.
Oh, there we are. Sorry, next to the
Shrine
of. Well, that's not far, is it?
Coastal village.
That's not far. We could take a little trek down there, couldn't we? Try and track
Yeah.
this woman down.
Do we get a name for
her? Yes, indeed. 1 second. There we go. Her name was Uchikane.
Okay. Let's go speak to her.
I think we take a trip down there. It's not far.
Kira? You travel down the Saikaido.
You want to just
then...
take over Kyūryū for a minute? I just need to go and do something. All right.
Can do.
Okay. You travel down the Saikaido and take the offshoot down to Sukara.
Mm-hmm. So
people are fishing, nets are being mended, harvest is being brought in.
I'll just look for someone who's older to ask where the home of this lady Uchikane is.
Never heard of somebody called Uchikane.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Doesn't it? It's okay. Any follow-up questions, suggestions here, boys?
Well, we don't know what they look like, do we?
Did we get a description of her?
Yes, you got a description of her. Generic little old lady. No extreme distinguishing features. Obviously bent somewhat from her labours, but
Yeah, so
there is nothing outstanding.
I always felt like, now I'm saying this not to any of the people in the town, but just to the members of the group. I always felt like this was maybe an illusion, the old lady, and that this is some rival gang hiring a Shugenja to do some kind of trickery to get that item into the casino. Eh?
Could be.
That's what I'm thinking. So I don't like the name's not going to find the old lady, because I think the old lady was an illusion. I don't think that was the person's true form. The way they mentioned the way that, you know, the burden that she was carrying seemed too big for an old lady to be carrying like that. No problem. It seems like the old lady part was an illusion. What do you think? We know about illusions.
Well,
I can't say I know anything about any illusions or
Harumi
magic
says
or whatever.
that there are enchantments which can make you seem other than you are, certainly. And the School of Metal is known for its mind-affecting magics.
Do we think that Harumi? Do you think this could be this old lady could be an illusion?
Don't know. And she's not a skilled Shugenja. She doesn't know a tremendous amount about the different spells. She does know that the School of Metal is noted for mind-affecting magics, which, given that that's the curse on the picture, it might be affecting. It might have been affecting the person running the game. So they almost gave away the money, or lost badly. That's just a guess, though. She doesn't know. She doesn't know the spells involved, and therefore she can't say what they are. They're well above her level. But that picture is obviously some sort of enchanted artwork, which is what's been causing the problem. Now, it might be possible to trace that to whoever enchanted it. What effect it will be to have it in your possession, she doesn't know. I mean, she's willing to carry it, but if she starts acting funny, please kind of stop her and take it off her. All right?
Okay. So what do we think, guys? We're not going to find this old lady. She doesn't exist, eh? Do we think this is...
We should show the painting around and see if anybody recognises it.
There's that as well, yeah.
It's not, can't find the old woman then.
No.
Nobody in the village recognised the name or the description that you had from the person selling in the marketplace.
Does anybody recognise the photo, the painting?
That's our next thing we're going to try, I think.
Okay. And you ask around. Nobody actually does. Can I have a D20 roll for the party, please?
I'll get it unless anyone's already there. 4.
Oh.
Hey, mine came up
Okay.
first.
Fair enough. Nobody recognises it. Everybody seems to see something different in it. One of them says it's a nice picture of a boat. Another one says, rains. Very, very, very what nice picture of birds. It seems to show people different things.
It's a very strong magic involved in that, I think. I don't think we're going to find the source of it.
I doubt it.
I think it's just the rival gang from Miyazaki's plot to hurt their rivals.
Have a D20 roll from the party, please.
Okay, I'll go. 1.
When you said that, Kyūryū, you looked at the painting and you actually saw what looked like a rabbit biting the neck of a rat.
He's nailed it. I'll tell my leader and my compatriots and our Shigenja exactly what I saw after saying that, and say, there you go, guys. That's exactly what's happened, isn't it?
So we think it's a plant, is it?
Yep, 100%.
The rabbit gang.
Now Kyūryū has actually kind of saw that. He can actually kind of point to the spots in the painting which show that, and you can now that he's spotted it, you can actually make it out in amongst the various lines and strokes, etc. Underneath the picture, that's what it's showing. It's basically a rabbit biting the neck of a rat.
Is it what sort of person would be capable of creating that Harumi? Something like this? Any particular Shigenja of a particular type, or particularly high skilled? Or...
Powerful one, I think, yeah.
Well, it's an artwork, so somebody skilled in calligraphy who's also skilled in enchantment could create an item like that. But the fact that it seems to be some sort of curse, could be a witch of some kind. But she's not come across anything like that in herself. But it looks like somebody in that gang has obviously hired somebody to make that.
So, if we did destroy this artwork, would that remove the curse, do you think?
Oh, certainly the curse is in the artwork. I mean, the fact that it's been removed from their gambling den.
Yeah. Would the curse then be an effect on who's ever in possession of the item? Potentially,
yes.
So,
I mean, from what that Yakuza said, presumably a spell was cast on him as he was going through the market, such that he bought that and hung it in the gambling den.
Mm-hmm.
And whether or not the witch needs to be there to activate the curse, or whether there's something else causing it to activate, she doesn't know. She doesn't know how it works.
And he bought it in Nobioka Market, yeah.
Yeah. So we could destroy it.
Well, yes.
Or is it worth thinking of maybe creating a replica, leaving the replica in the inn, so anybody who is in on what's going on,
isn't suspicious.
It's still there. I don't know. Is that worth the effort, or we just don't care?
Well, she doesn't have the the skill to create a replica of
No.
it. I mean, whether it's the skill
replica
of the
doesn't have to be
artist.
that good, probably, because everybody who looks at it appears to see something slightly different. So.
Yes, but
Yeah.
that's probably the skill of the artist coupled with the enchantment. You don't see what you're expecting. You know, you're just seeing something.
The enchantment's
when-
covering up the true nature
when-
of what's there. Without the enchantment, it's going to look the same with everybody else.
Yeah. So, what do you think? You think we should destroy it?
100%.
Probably
I don't
safer.
think we can do. I don't think we can do much else, can we?
No, but just be aware that that Miyazaki gang may have a witch or a Shugenja on their side at the moment.
Yes. We are keeping ourselves busy so we don't hopefully get tangled up in this intergame.
Well, it might be sensible to tell the bloke who
tell him, yes,
hired you to let him know.
Yeah, we can tell him what we have found
But
and what we suspect.
I certainly wouldn't be strong enough to face off whoever it is. So
No, that's fair enough.
If you don't mind, I'd rather go and learn a spell or something.
Okay, let's burn this thing then.
Okay.
Burn it. Report back to our friend.
She would recommend doing it within a protective circle of some kind. Possibly get a Gakusho to bless it and exorcise it so that the curse doesn't attach to whoever burns it.
Okay. Do we need to travel down to the Temple of the Great Waters then, or is it? Does it need to be abolished, or can a shrine do it?
A Shinto priest should be able to cast a blessing to make it safe to burn.
Is there anybody at the Shrine of War? Is that a manned shrine, or is it just a?
It is a large shrine. You can visit it, and
that's the nearest one, isn't it? So,
yes.
I think we toddle over there and explain them what got this item. To do whatever they can to help us destroy it.
Okay. They are concerned that it is a cursed of some kind, and they will be quite willing to bless it and try and prevent the curse from escaping while you destroy it.
Yes, that sounds like a plan.
Okay. Prayers will be said over it, incense will be burnt, and it can be placed in a brass bowl and consigned to the elements. Nothing apparently happens when you burn it, it just goes up in smoke. Okay.
Then we'll toddle off back to Nobuyuka.
Okey-doke.
Speak to the local Oyaban, whoever it was, who asked us to tell him what we found out and what we've done with it. And
Okay.
make him aware that it looks like the rabbit gang have somehow got access to a fairly powerful Shikenja.
That is indeed concerning. Well, that explains why they were losing money.
Yes.
The rabbits were basically attacking their livelihood.
Yes, taking their income.
He will pass it up the chain. He thanks you for your efforts and will give you a silver each and 2 to Harumi.
Oh wow.
Okay, it's reasonable.
And this was from the gang boss gave us that.
It's
Well, a
not the
local
gang
boy,
boss,
but-
he's the bloke in charge of the gambling den.
Yeah, sorry,
the
yeah,
Lucky Koi.
not the gang boss, the guy in charge of the casino, yeah.
Okay.
But once that's done, we can get on with our job of escorting Harumi.
Yeah.
Fine. That's probably taken you most of the day. So that's used up 18 Fumizuki.
Mm.
So, painting.
Guess in Nobioka we're just staying at one shoes.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen Monchu for a little while, so let's spend some time with him. Spend the evening with Monchu.
Yeah.
Telling him our stories or whatever.
Listening to his bullshit.
Okay, he now has got some more information on the daimyo's exit. Apparently, there has been serious ructions with his a couple of his senior samurai, notably the guy in charge of procurement. Who basically has been found to be totally incompetent and has taken his own life. And there are serious reports of misdemeanors down in Miyazaki, and he's gone down to track down the rumors. It's thought somebody's been underrepresenting the income of that part of the fief.
Maybe not too much off.
But at least it should be quiet up here for a while.
Yes.
Right. So 19 Fumizuki dawns. What do you wish to do? Are you going to head up to the
Castle of the
Castle of
Flame.
Fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Castle of the Flame.
Fine. Are you going to use Wonshu's name in crossing the river?
Yeah, we'll claim our discount.
Okay. In that case, it's only 1 copper each to cross. The river itself today, what's the weather like? Clear skies and a light breeze. The river is calm. You don't have any problems crossing it at all. And let me move you to the North Hyuga map. So you cross the river, and that takes you 1 re, 2, 3, sorry, 1.5, 2.5, 2.5, 3. So it takes you 3 re to travel there. And you would just about make it to the other side of the Twin Inn, unless you push it. You could make it to Shinguru if you pushed it. You might be carrying Harumi the last little bit.
Well, we'll push it because she wants to get there as quick as possible.
Okay. She's half conscious by the time you get to Shinguru, but you do make it to Shinguru. Okay. I think you make it there safely. Let's just double check. There's not a lot of danger in that area. No, all is safe on the Saikaido. And then it's 1, 2, 3. You can just make it to the Castle of the Flame without overtaxing.
How much for a night in the inn at Shinguru, sorry?
Sorry, it's 3 copper a night in Shinguru.
Okay, thank you. Oh, but we need to take off 4 days food as well for the days we were out tracking, don't we?
Okay, so that's 7 copper each then.
Alright, so you're just letting us do it like that, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So another 3 copper off. Sound. That's better.
Well, you're going through villages all the time,
Yeah.
and you can haggle.
No, the days that we were out tracking, I mean. We were out camping out in the hills and stuff. We would be down a few days for that.
Yes, but you can refill your supplies.
Right, yeah.
Because you're
'cause
traveling through villages
we
all
have
the
been
time.
to villages, yeah, fair.
Yes.
How long does Harumi think she needs to stay here? To do whatever she's doing.
I don't actually know, to be honest, because if you remember, we were going to wait for Brian to sort out what the spell was that she wanted to learn.
Yes.
But we can sort that out. That's not a problem.
We can pick one for him in his absence.
The journey to the Castle of Flame from Shinguru is actually peaceful. The only animals that you would be dealing with aren't actually that interested in you at this time of year. So you make it to the Castle of the Flame, and you are greeted as honoured guests, etc. Because you are escorting Harumi. And as luck would have it, a trading week is just starting. Are you going to look for trading at the Castle of the Flame?
Oh, yeah.
What sort of things have they got to offer? I think we need. She's going to need at least a couple of weeks minimum to do what she's going to do, isn't she? Just learning a spell.
Well, it's easier for her there, certainly. But let's see what they've got going in Rifumizuki.
Let me pull up my sheet as well.
Castle of the Flame, that's what I wanted. So, there are classes in Kanji and Chinese classics. If you're interested. If not, then you can ask them to teach a class in one of the other fine arts.
Hiragana is the second tier of writing, isn't it? The one in between katakana and kanji.
Correct.
About the best of the fine arts I could learn here. Unless to go. I mean, my katakana's pretty strong already.
Do they have lessons in hiragana ongoing?
No. At the moment, this particular week, they are teaching classes in kanji and Chinese classics. But the classes aren't full. You can ask the master to teach hiragana if you wish. Or katakana.
What do the customers want to do?
Kanji or the classics don't particularly interest me.
Yes.
Well, all the fine arts are available.
Yeah.
But too highbrow for me at the moment.
Yeah, what about some hiragana lessons, boys? Because we've been learning a bit of that, haven't we?
Yes, I would like to get the literacy in it.
Yeah. What's
Not a million
literacy
miles away.
50?
60, I think.
No, it's a total BCS of 10 or 50.
Oh, 10.
50, so aye, okay.
Alright, so
Well, I'm
not far
halfway
off,
to
so
literacy. I would
could
train
easily get to
hiragana.
literacy then, so that'd be useful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hiragana sounds good to me.
Fair enough.
So that's,
I'd learn more of that. I mean, I'm at 60 already, so if they don't teach you, I can teach you.
Yeah, that's a possibility. If we can't get one of the proper teachers, then we can maybe permission for you to teach us.
aye, borrow a classroom maybe.
Well, we could just go back to Guru if needed, and we'll just teach you there.
Okay,
Well, we're not
so
quite sure how long the room is going to need.
hang on a second. Let me just call this up. There we go. So if you want the teacher to teach it as a particular class, then you need to make a status BCS roll +5, +1 per pupil, +1 per silver piece. So there's
Checking it.
3 of you wanting to
Silver.
learn. Sorry,
Three
4
of
of you
us.
wanting to learn.
4 of us, so we're checking a silver each.
I'm happy to
So
chuck
that's
in this over.
9.
Checking a silver each.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
no problem.
that's effectively
Plus
plus
10, isn't it?
13.
Plus 13.
And who's got the highest BCS in Castle of the Flame?
I expect we're all about the same. I have a status.
Global
Oh,
status.
Don't have anything
Was it
noted for here.
group status 14?
Yeah, same as me.
Harumi's 12, so it's basically status of 2.
Yep.
So that would be a 15 BCS then.
Okay, let's go for it.
Good luck.
See how we do.
Does somebody want to roll then?
Who's
I'm
rolling?
just doing it now.
Oh.
Hey. Actually, hang on a second. Kim, question. Status BCS rolls, do you add your level or not? I can
No,
never
you
remember.
don't. You
Didn't
don't.
think so.
I would have thought so.
Sadly, he's not willing to teach you this particular week.
Okay,
But-
so can we?
But since you're with Harumi, yes, you can actually use the
Make
facilities.
use of a classroom or whatever.
So
Are you
let
able
me
to
check.
teach us, Yanagi? Do you mind teaching us?
I can teach you, that's fine.
Right. Languages and literacy. So, learning rate is affected differently. So you're studying a dialect of language spoken with native fluency, +2. You're living in the country of the language learned is +4. So 6. So effectively it's +6 on your learning rate, in addition to any teaching bonuses. Now, as far as the teaching bonus is concerned,
Do they have any scrolls we can borrow?
No, they're not willing to let you use a teaching scroll. You can use the classroom, etc. So it's a place of learning, but they're not willing to let you use the teaching scrolls. They're too valuable. Okay. So I think it's basically 7 plus your learning rate.
Learning rate +7.
If you
Half
are
once we're over
level
60. Yeah.
if you are level 1, then you get an additional +1 because Yanagi's higher than your level.
Okay.
So if
So
you're
learning
second
rate
level,
plus
it's 7 plus your learning rate.
7
If you're
plus
first level,
2,
it's
right,
8
okay.
plus your learning rate.
So that's 9 on hiragana. And you change it on the green column, the permanent, right?
Can we do that for 2 weeks?
Now, let's check and see what it was that Hirumi had as her next spell.
I've done 1 week's worth anyway. I've added 9.
Yep.
So
It's just weeks worth.
she is in. She's basically in the School of Water. So the next spell on the list would be Bursting Bonds. She has a choice of that or Mirror of Deception or Darts of Water. What do you think she would take?
What's the knowledge rate with those skills? For those spells, sorry.
Basically, they're willing to let her have a teaching scroll up to 25. Bursting Bonds is 18. Mirror of Deception is 25. Darts of Water, sorry, is 24. Darts of Water is 25.
Nice. Gonna need. Yeah. Gonna need. But even the easiest one is likely to take 2 to 3 weeks, isn't it?
Mirror of Deception is
Very lucky or very
effectively
unlucky.
the mirror image spell from D&D. The Shigenja causes 2d3 duplicate images of himself to appear.
That's presumably
Okay.
some kind of magic missile sort of thing, I think.
Bursting Bonds, the spell causes ropes to untie, locks to open, barred doors to become unbarred.
Oh, I like that. That sounds very handy, doesn't it?
What I suggest you do, Dave, is roll a d20 against her learning ability and see how many points she gets.
Yes, but which of the spells would she have taken the Torimono in?
Well, assume it's the bottom one for now, and then if it's not, then Brian can tell us, and if we need to, she can roll again to get more effect numbers.
Okay. In that case, the Bursting Bonds is 18. So if she's learning the spell, that's going to be
Is it called Bursting Bonds?
So her skill in School of Water is, I think, high enough. She has 41 in that school, so therefore that's fine. So she has the teaching scroll. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Okay, so level 1 learning rate of 2, which is 3. She has the reference library and so she will first of all try and get one of the teachers to assist her in learning the spell. So would somebody care to roll a BCS for her?
I'll get this one.
She will probably chuck in, I think, 3 silver herself.
Roll the 9.
So that's 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 3 silver is 10. So yes, she made it. So he's willing to teach her, and the teachers this week are so basically she can add +2 to that. Right. So her skill in the school is BCS is 9. So she has +7 on her skill roll, so that's 16. So her BCS is 16 with the teacher. So could somebody roll a learning BCS for her, please, and see how many effect numbers she gets?
I'll do that.
Okay.
When you go.
You want to Kyūryū, you rolled it. You want to carry on rolling?
No, I think Nick was going to get it. Tim, sorry.
It's
13, sir.
effect numbers,
Yeah.
you say
So
16?
in the first week, she gets 3. Second week,
How many does she need? 18.
Yeah.
she needs 18.
So wait, are we going to work out what we're training in the second week first?
Let's just see how she does.
Yeah.
No, that's another 2
Making
then.
slow progress.
Yep, that's another 2, so that's 5.
Do you want a third week?
Well, are you willing to wait a third week for her?
Yeah.
We might as well. That's what it came for. There's no point in stopping halfway through.
Okay, Kinzo, roll again. Ooh,
well done.
Nice.
15.
Probably-
Wait, she
does
has
it.
learned the spell
2 weeks.
in 3 weeks.
Okay. So what's the month after Fumizaki called?
Fumizuki moves on to Shimizuki.
Suki Mizuki.
Hmm?
Suki Mizuki.
Tsukimizuki. Or Tsuki-mi-zuki. So basically you've used the last week in Fumizuki and the first 2 weeks in
Tsukimizuki.
Tsukimizuki. So the second week, hang on, let me just check and see what they're actually teaching in the second week. Okay. There are classes in School of Fire and Go.
Go is the chess-like game, right?
Yes. Do you wish to do to go with those, or do you want to try asking for somebody to teach you hiragana again?
Should we attempt hiragana again, boys?
Do you mind carrying on teaching us, Yanagi?
I don't mind. I don't know how much more I can teach you because I don't know where you're at. But if we can find something else, it would.
Well, you can try and persuade one of the teachers again to teach hiragana.
Let's try getting a teacher to teach us. That way,
Yeah.
you know, I
Should we stump up the same money again?
Yeah. One
worry.
silver each.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool, I'm down.
I won't roll this time. Somebody else can roll this time.
Alright, I'll
Fair
roll this one.
Go for it.
There we go.
Is that a 1?
That's the one.
Back in
Certainly.
rolling.
He'd be delighted to teach you hiragana.
Follow backwards.
Not
Follow
only that,
backwards.
he'll do it for free.
Give us, he'll pay
Well,
us to
let's
teach
not
us.
get that.
He'll do it 2 weeks for the price of 1.
Okay, so
Shall I roll for the
as far
second
as
week as well?
that is concerned. Hang on a second.
Not yet. Let's get this one out of the way first.
Ah, right, yeah. See where we get to with that one.
She's, different.
He is higher level than you all.
Mhm.
It is I don't think it's a bonus for you, is it?
No.
No. Look at, you've got to burn a fizz, people, if you haven't already
Yeah, it's a fizz.
put it as a fizz.
I presume all your skills are less than 87.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, they are at the moment.
In which case, he has a Torimono that he can help to
Nice.
assist you with. So that
Put it in
gives
the
a
drawing board.
basic +4, to which. So that's basically going to be 10 or 11, depending on if you're second or first. No, it's going to be 11, because he's higher level than
Than all of
all
us.
of you. So it's 11 plus your learning rate.
11 plus learning
Wow.
rate. Nice.
That's perfectly timed. I'm just about to pass 60.
And what's the teacher's name?
That is Tsutsui.
Sorry, did you say
Tsuttsui.
Did you say 11 plus learning rate?
11 plus learning rate.
Nice. Now I've gained.
Creeping up on that point of wit.
Yeah, my BCS has went up by 4 points.
And that's 2 points.
Yeah.
There's a 0.2 of a mental
I've
end.
got five BCS increases, so that's pretty good. I'm well literate there.
Was that 0.2, did you say, on a mental attribute?
0.0. Yeah, 0.05 per BCS.
0.05. If your BCS went up by 4, then that would be 0.2.
Yeah, I think my BCS was 5 before and it's went up to 9 now. Wait, so my permanent was 25 before. What would my base BCS have been?
5.
Aye, so it's
5.
went up by 4. So I add 0.2 to a mental, right? I'll put that on my wit.
Woohoo!
Nice.
I'm now wittier than I used to be.
Yeah, me too, a little bit.
Congratulations.
And
So
what,
you've got an extra freely improvable skill.
oh,
Yes.
did you get enough to actually go up like a full stat?
Yeah, I've gone up from
No.
10 to 11.
Nice,
10.8.
nice. I'm on an 11.5 with
Picking up on
mine.
11.
Nice, that's a good week studying, boys.
Okay, the third week, if you're interested, they are teaching let's see, Japanese classics and acting.
That guy had a really high hiragana skill and a torimono, so I believe he can still teach all of us, right?
Yeah, we'll go for more hiragana teaching training.
Tsutsui is free this week, not actually teaching.
So we have to convince him to work.
But Asukai has space in his class. He could teach you hiragana if you make a BCS roll.
Yeah, why not?
Has the status roll gone up as we've had teaching?
You've had 1 week of official teaching at the school, so your status has gone up by 1. Your first week, you were just borrowing their facilities.
Right, that, as far as I'm aware, is my first point of earned status here.
So
Yes,
we gained 1 earned status there, yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
For the second week.
Okay, let's put my global up by 1 as well.
Harumi has actually gained 3.
Nice.
So, another silver in the pot, is it? Are we asking for another week?
I reckon so.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. In that case,
I'm
try
going
and
to
persuade
book on the hiragana, thank you.
You've done enough on the hiragana, have you?
Yeah. I think
Yeah, you will be.
I can still learn more, but I think I've got enough. I'm more than literate, which is what I wanted. So I'm going to join the Japanese classics class.
Not a problem. You can join the Japanese classics class.
Okay.
Mhm.
Should I put in an extra silver from the group then, from the group pot, just to get it back up to the same number we were at before?
Good God. Did you halve your hiragana for over 60?
No, because I was on 58.
Oh, you.
And then I just timed it perfectly at 58, and then I
That
got a
was
bigger one at plus
perfect
13.
timing. Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, are people trying to persuade this guy to teach hiragana?
I think so.
Well, it depends. Where are you guys up to, Kyūryū and Kinzo? What's your
47,
Sure.
not quite literate.
right? Because
I'm
I
not
could
fully
help.
literate yet.
I could help get you the rest of the way elsewhere if necessary. You know, wherever we are, I can help.
I
Get you
suggest that
further.
we let Yanagi teach us Kyūryū,
Mm-hmm.
because it saves us money, stops putting money in the castle's pot.
And then
Is
just
there anything better we could learn from here that the three of us could agree on? Or
Oh, what would you like to learn?
good question, really. I mean, most of what I
The ceremony, singing, rhetoric, poetry, meditation.
meditation would be if I can't learn anything on my physician, where I've got somebody I'm working with for that. But meditation would be a good one for me. But you know,
Armory, bowyer, calligraphy.
Zazen would be okay by me.
what's Zazen?
Kyūryū, are you interested in learning Zazen?
What's Zazen?
Meditation?
Possibly. What's the benefits of being able to use it?
It's one of the few skills, if you master it, you gain a point of key, but you can then start relearning it and master it a second time and get another point of key. It's one of those skills that takes you deeper and deeper into yourself, and you can improve it.
yeah, game mechanics aside, it allows you to get in touch with your inner spirit, your inner energies, your
I quite like
calm your
that.
mind,
Quite like that, yeah.
give yourself the
Well, Kyūryū
space
could
to think
certainly
about.
use calming down a little bit, I think. Yep. You can also use it to improve your recovery of subdual damage in the short term. It doubles your rate of recovery from stuns.
Okay. Yeah,
Well worth knowing.
I'm happy to study that.
Have you got a free fizz?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fizzes. And I can have 11,
you've
so
got
I've got
spare.
I've got 4
what I'm saying.
spare. Yeah.
Okay, in that case, you and I will use up the free fizz with fizz we've just got to learn some Zazen.
How do you spell that then?
If you can persuade
yeah.
the teacher to teach you. Does somebody wish to roll a BCS, a status BCS, to persuade the teacher to add you to his class?
Are we putting a silver in again?
Yeah, put a silver in.
I'm going to put 2 in.
Okay, Kosa, are you interested in meditation?
No, I'm doing the Japanese classics.
Okay.
I can match the 2 silver. Kinzo.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll throw another one in as well. Why not? That's 6 in the pot.
Okay. I will actually roll this time. Yes, he's happy to accept 6. So 6, 11, and 3 of you is plus 14 on your status BCS. Has anyone got their status up to 15 yet?
No.
But 11 is perfectly fine for successfully persuading him to teach you. So, let me
Well,
just...
in actual fact, Dave, Dave W. The answer to your question is yes.
Yeah, my group status there is 15 also.
In that case, your base is 3 rather than 2 now. So, we have a teaching in Japanese classics, which is not bonus for you, is it, Kosa?
No, only Shigenja and Gekusha.
Correct.
In fact, only Shigenja and Ninja. I am fully literate in hiragana, so I can learn it.
Okay. But he does have a usable Torimono,
Very good.
and he is a master of the skill, so
Ooh,
therefore
magic.
he will give you plus 4 on your learning rate.
Spawn map, that's brilliant. Start.
By the way, everybody who learned hiragana in the second week, it cost you 5 silver, and it cost you 5 silver to learn Japanese classics.
Okay.
Now, meditation. Let me just check that.
So wait, I've got to take another 5 silver off my sheet.
Yeah.
For week 2, yes.
So I've only got 4 silver, so I'll need to get change. So I'll give my gold and get 7 back, right?
Not a problem.
Oh, I've got 11 gold, 11 silver, 11 copper.
Well, if you want to get rid of a gold to kind of break that kind of... no?
No, I like those numbers lining up. That looks kind of nice, like.
Okay, those learning meditation. Again, he's higher level than you, but not 6. He's a master. It's not bonus for you, but he does have a Torimono. So it's plus 4 on your learning rate and a cost of 5 silver.
So it gets 4 plus my learning rate, so that's 6. It's a FIS, and how do you spell Zazen?
Z-A-Z-E-N.
There's a dash,
Or
yeah.
you call it meditation.
Meditation, if you want.
Okay. No, I'm trying to learn the Japanese words. It's cool. So I got a permanent of 6 and a base BCS of 1, so that's a BCS improvement of 1, so that's a 0.05 on a mental attribute, right?
Correct, yes.
Nice one,
And you will get an
11.55.
extra point of status in the Castle of the Flame.
Nice.
Thank you.
And Hirumi has learnt Bursting Bonds. Okay. Sadly, they are not going to give her another teaching scroll.
No.
Unless she wishes to carry out a task.
What would the task be?
Well, we'll have to find that out, won't we? I think we probably better wait until Brian's here before deciding that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping he'll be here next time. I'm going to have to call it a night at this point, but I think it is probably a good time to stop.
Yeah.
Yep. And Bishop.
She is not. She's been learning at the school, but she's not a member of the a kind of formal member of the school.
Mm-hmm.
But they are willing to consider her application. If she wishes another Torimono, they would ask her to carry out a task for the school. And we will sort that out hopefully next week when Brian's here.
Nice one.
Sorry, next time
In
when
a-
Brian's here.
In a fortnight, yeah. Thank you very much for
In a
another great game, Dave and gents.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thank you.